It's the Real News Network. I'm Sharmini Perez coming to you from Baltimore. On Sunday, Austrians narrowly rejected what could have been their first president from a far-right party. Instead, with just 50.3 over 49.7% of the vote, a narrow margin of 0.6%, they elected a leader from the country's Green Party, Alexander Van der Bellen. Following the first round of voting in April, it was a shock for many Europeans that a Green Party candidate had to face off against a candidate from the far-right FPO party. It was the first time in Austria's post-war history that neither candidate came from one of the long governing parties, the Social Democratic Party or the Christian Democratic Party. These former governing parties, whose candidates together barely reached 22% of the vote, endorsed the Green Party candidate in order to prevent Norbert Hofer of the FPO from being elected. The FPO, even though it is nominally a centrist liberal party, actually became a vehicle of Austria's extreme right in the 1980s. It is now a party with vehement anti-immigrant, homophobic, and nationalistic sentiments. In this closing campaign rally, FPO presidential candidate Norbert Hofer uttered these anti-immigrant stereotypes.
All those people who don't appreciate our country, those who are for Islamic State and war, or who rape women, I tell these people, this is not your homeland. You can't remain in Austria, because we clearly distinguish between those who further build Austria together with us from those who only want to destroy this country. This distinction we have to keep.
Hofer only clearly lost the election once the mail-in ballots were counted on early Monday, and Alexander Van der Bellen of Austria's Green Party won the presidency. This too is highly unusual because Van der Bellen is now Europe's first Green Party head of state. During his last rally before the election, Van der Bellen highlighted the difference between Hofer and himself.
It is noted that this is about this country deciding its course, a decision between an open, Europe-friendly, Europe-conscious Austria that we can be proud of, and something else, of which we don't want to say too much, but which is small, bordered off, something put in reverse, and we don't want that.
A large part of the campaign focused on the extent to which Austrians should accept immigrants and refugees into their country. Until about 2 months ago, the Social Democratic head of government, Chancellor Werner Faymann, supported accepting EU quota of immigrants who have been fleeing wars and poverty in the Middle East and in Northern Africa. However, after the first round of presidential elections, in which Hofer won 35% of the vote, the country made a policy U-turn and closed its borders, causing many other countries to follow suit. As a result, Greece, which was the EU country of arrival for most refugees, ended up being overwhelmed. Many Europeans will sigh in relief now that the far-right candidate is defeated. However, the rise of the right-wing parties in Europe has probably not been stopped. Recently, we have seen the rise of ultra-nationalist right-wing parties garner double-digit support in Switzerland, France, Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and Hungary.